Okay, Arc Raiders Beyond the Surface. This isn't a lore video. I'm not reading you the wiki. Each episode examines one specific element of Arc Raiders, a machine, a weapon, a location, a character, and asks why does it exist? What does it tell you about the world? And what does it mean for the story? So these theories will change. You know, I'll get things wrong, new info will drop. That's why every video in the description will have a correction section. If Embark confirms something officially, I'll tell you. Otherwise, sources will be linked below. I'm trying to do something different here than just a big, long lore video. It's individual, very granular, focused parts of Arc Raiders, the world, the characters, the grass. Do you know what I mean? Even the bloody backpacks. We're going to focus on the questions, not just the answers. I actually wanted to have a look at the lore and to see where does it actually stand with regards to who is the enemy, who Raiders see as the enemy in Arc Raiders. Let's do it. So I always remember from the tutorial, most of you guys have probably forgot that. It seems so long ago when we done the tutorial, when we first booted up Arc Raiders. When you play as the patchwork skin Raider, right? And then when you finally get to, this isn't really a spoiler, it's right at the beginning of the game. When you finally get to your destination, Raiders shoot you cold-blooded and they say words to the effect of, oh great, I've got some bandages. And that's it. There's no conflict, there's no nothing. And that is like the first real stone cold killing image that you get in Arc Raiders. And that's deliberate, right? A line of lore that really stood out to me in the Shared Watch event that nobody really mentioned. Quote, the Shared Watch is an annual holiday that reminds us of the true enemy by celebrating those that look out for their fellow Raiders. So right there, it suggests, and that's from Embark, right? So right there, Embark are suggesting that the true enemy is either the Ark or Raiders who don't team up with you, i.e. the PvP Raiders. And it's just an interesting look how Embark see the whole PvP versus, you know, PvE debate from a lore perspective. Even people like me who are saying I'm okay with PvP being in the game, that would maybe suggest that Embark are more PvE focused, even though they didn't like PvE in the game. So let's have a little look at things. If you think about it, an annual holiday. It says the Shared Watch is an annual holiday built into the lore of the world. So in other words, a designated day in Speranza's calendar, specifically to remind Raiders who the real enemy is. Because apparently without it, you know, we don't know who the enemy is. So we're going beyond the surface. That one line of lore doesn't explain the whole Shared Watch event, but it just exposes something about the world and about the community. Quite interesting to look at. The year 2180, humanity's not thriving, it's barely surviving, and the machines are stripping the planet of resources. It's systematic, planned destruction, and Speranza only functions because Raiders go topside, bring supplies back, right? Food, components, seeds, and technology. And every single resource that keeps lights on in the underground comes from Raiders risking their lives on the surface. So the maths is brutal. Every Raider who dies topside, every haul that gets stolen by another player, every squad wiped before they extract is a net loss for Speranza's survival, right? If you're looking at it from a lore perspective. Now, obviously PvP players aren't thinking, oh, the lore. In fact, I believe us Arc players who are into the lore of Arc Raiders, we get the mickey taken out of us, you know, like the Care Bear lobbies and, oh, I like the lore. I get it. If you're coming from a Call of Duty Battlefield background, you know, you don't have you're not necessarily interested in a deeper, more meaningful type of story or I've got to word this carefully, or just looking deeper into things. You just want to shoot the crap out of things, which is fine, right? So it's kind of like this game only works, or should I say the lore is suggesting that the world only functions, Speranza only gets their resources if Raiders cooperate, right? The codex says directly, and I looked at this, as Toledo grew into secluded, isolated neighbourhoods, Raiders have grown increasingly possessive and hostile to one another. While outside the reach of Toledo's security, many have been known to settle bitter rivalries by force. This was originally a PvE game. I've read people in the comments get quite upset when I say that. somebody wrote, "Oh, you always write that" or something. It's because it's a very important point. It doesn't mean anybody's right or wrong, but it's just I hate to say it, it is a fact, isn't it? It was originally a PvE game. It's documented everywhere. You've got the CEO actually saying it in an interview. Ark Raiders was originally designed as a pure PvE experience. So what they effectively did was retroactively justify PvP through the sort of, you know, putting it in the codex, through, kind of like through the story, like clever writing, but it does mean the lore is kind of playing catch up with the game design, which many people have noticed when they say, if you look at the way the quests are, you can see this was originally PvE. But they had to kind of change the lore and add certain things in, like competing gangs, just to make the PvE element make sense story-wise. Or should I say, sorry, to make the PvP element make sense story-wise, which makes a bit more sense. All right, you lovely Ark Raider crew, quick old-timer ad break before we jump back into it. If you want to support the channel and join the Ark Raiders old-timer crew, check out the Patreon. Patrons get access to exclusive merch. We're talking nice mugs, funky t-shirts, trinkets, shout-outs at the start of videos, chances to hop on a stream with me. We'll go bonkers together. Patreon not your ting? No problem, brother. You can make a one-time contribution for whatever you think my content is worth by buying me a burger. Links in the description. It's worth nothing, you want. Oh, come on, that's not very nice, is it? While we're here, check out arctrader.com. Trader spelled TRAIDER.com. It is the official partner with Ark Raider Oldtimer. It's your one-stop shop for everything Ark Raiders, you know what I'm saying? Make safe trades, use the player reporting system with video evidence. Browse the full item database, track loot spots, quests, community notes, a full bounty system. Put a hit out on man them, you know what I'm saying? Everything in one website instead of hunting all over the internet like an absolute lunatic. So support me via the Patreon, links in the description. Buy me a burger if you want to. If you don't want to, it's cool. And check out arctrader.com, the official sponsor. Okay, deep breath. Let's get back into it. If you didn't have that in the story, you'd be saying, well, we're all working together. Why are people shooting each other? Why are people killing each other? Me, I wouldn't necessarily say that. That is the nature of mankind, right? I remember speaking to somebody about this game, Ark Raiders, and they said, I actually like Ark Raiders so much because I play it in a way that I would if this situation was actually happening. In reality, unless you're a psychopath, unless you're somebody with really corrupted morals, if you're raiding, you're not going to shoot every person you see every single time with a gun all the time constantly, are you? If this situation really happened to us. If you are, you're just not a good person, are you? Let's be honest. Now, if you're shooting somebody to get food for your family or something like that, then it gets a bit grey. Or if you're shooting somebody on very rare occasions to defend yourself, then it gets a bit more how I'd like to think a lot of people would play it. And that's what my friend said. He says, I'm able to play as if I was actually surviving in this world. I wouldn't kill everybody. I'd check if everybody's okay, but I'd always have my gun ready. So they wrote a cooperative world, then added a PvP game, then wrote a reason for the PvP to exist in the codex. That's not a criticism. It's just interesting, and it tells you everything about where sort of Embark really is. But I think, to me, it is the shared watch quote which really suggests to me that Embark were creating a world where raiders ideally are supposed to work together. So that actually goes against somebody like me who says I'm cool with PvP. The original world, the original lore of Ark Raiders, according to this shared watch quote, was raiders being friendly towards each other, working together. The shared watch event, which is running as I'm recording this, February 10th to February 24th. As I said, the in-game description, it says it. I'll read it again. The shared watch is an annual holiday that reminds us of the true enemy by celebrating those that look out for their fellow raiders. So Embark's own description on Steam adds, you watch my back, I'll watch yours. That's how Speranza keeps ticking. That's how Speranza keeps ticking. Speranza had to invent a holiday to remind us not to kill each other. And again, you could say, because of that, the original intention, the original law of the world is supposed to be raiders working together. And Celeste's quest, tribute to Toledo, shows she actively resents raider on raider violence. She sends you topside to stop it, right? Celeste's lore description says, she still holds out hope that Raiders can once again unite under a single banner in the fight against Ark, though there are few left that share that hope. Again, though there are few left that share that hope. It's like the founder of Speranza's largely sort of given up on Raider unity. So thinking about all of that, it's quite, what I'm trying to do is see if the lore leans towards PvE or PvP. It's not to judge anybody, it's just looking at the world of Ark Raiders, the world of the Raiders. Remember, we get into nerdy detail in Beyond the Surface, so I want to know what the culture is, probably the word I'm looking for, the culture of Raiders overall is like. Can you specifically mark everybody the same because humanity is different? No, the culture will be, some people will PvP, some people will PvE. There's not a right way to do it, there's not a wrong way to do it, but I still like to look at where the designers wanted the culture to be. Did they want it to be everybody's friendly with a few rogue elements, or did the designers want it to be, you know, the rogue elements killing people are just, it's just the way it is in this world? In reality, there will be raiders who kill on sight and see nothing wrong with it, and the law says, the law in the game doesn't say they're wrong, does it? Just human. And the question is not who's right, the question is what kind of raider you choose to. It's why the game's so bloody good, man. I've just gone back to a memory I had when I was playing on Buried City. I loaded into the game, I was shooting down a wasp, and some guy just starts unloading on me, shooting straight away, kills me. I think I might have said this story before, and I said, oh, thanks for that, mate. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I've just been shot so many times, I'm sorry. And then he give me a defib and then ran off, give me some bandages, and like apologised. And that is human, isn't it? Like, if you think if you take the law into sort of like the real world, that is how some humans would react. Imagine if you've been shot at like 15 times, 20 times, every time you go topside. When you see somebody, you're going to be more likely to shoot them, just how you are in a game. That doesn't necessarily mean that guy was a bad person because he shot me first. Oh, I find it fascinating. I really do find it fascinating. I know some people don't care about the law. I know that. They just play the game. That's what Beyond the Surface isn't for them. Beyond the Surface is for us lot who get into the weeds. What do you think? Do you think written in the core story, in the core fabric of the world of Ark Raiders, is that Raiders really should be friendly, and if you do PvP and kill other Raiders, you're kind of seen as a bad person? Or is it just a case of it's how humanity is? I find it fascinating. Obviously, I'm going to do another Beyond the Surface on Speranza. I just wanted to kind of focus on the lore of the Raiders and how their mindset fits into the world. This is just my little side series that I do. It doesn't get the big views of the other videos, but I really enjoyed doing it. So if you did enjoy it, please give it a like, help get it out there. If you want more of these Beyond the Surface videos, let me know. As I said, I'll know that by you clicking the like button. Just, yeah, let me know. Check out the description if you want to support the channels, Patreon, buy me a burger, join as a member, all sorts of things you could do, and I do appreciate you. Failing that, just click the like button and you've made it this far, and I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the Beyond the Surface video. I'll just put up there all of the OTC members as well. Shout out to you lot. I'm fascinated by the world of Ark Raiders. I'm obsessed with the world of Ark Raiders, and it's beyond just a physical game for me. I like to know what's going on in the minds of Raiders. I love the story element, and the fact so much of it is still a mystery makes it even better and makes me really enjoy doing this series. So cool. All right, I'm going to bounce. I'll catch you guys on the flip. I'll see you topside, and remember, don't shoot. All right.